everyone. You know, I love what I do. I love the show because it's such great information for people. We're live on Facebook now, so I do want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We'll share the show later on. My next guest is Jon Burra. And did I say it right or wrong?
Yeah,
Burra.
Close. We're going to say Burra.
Get up on that mic real close there. He's the owner of European Auto Glass. I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I'm the owner of European Auto Glass. We are a brick and mortar auto glass company in Tempe, South Scottsdale, Tempe area. And we are a glass shop that covers it all. Whether it's a windshield that needs to be repaired, a windshield that needs to be replaced, a panoramic roof that needs to be replaced. If it's glass on a car, that's what we specialize in. We do it in shop and we do it mobile.
Before you came on, you told me a couple of things that I think are really important for people to know. First of all, you do have the brick and mortar, which is in either South Scottsdale or Tempe, which whatever you want to call it. But you also are mobile. You come to them. Are you valley-wide?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're also valley-wide. You're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. And I want everybody to put the number in your phone. And the reason why is because you never know when it's going to happen. You might be driving along right now and a rock hits through your windshield.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want to be the bad luck that breaks people's windshields.
It's not bad luck. Go ahead.
If it does happen, then absolutely.
So here's the number. It's 602-715-0911. The website is EuropeanAutoGlass.com. So why is windshield such an important safety component in a vehicle?
Well, it gets lost in Arizona because we replace so many of them. Even, me as an auto glass shop owner, I replace windshields a lot in my own car. It's a lot more than just what you look through. One of the biggest things about it completes 30 to 40% of the structural integrity of the passenger area of your car. But one of the biggest things that most people don't realize is if you were to get into a collision and your airbag deploys, your airbag doesn't just come straight at you. It deflects off your windshield and then comes to you. So if you had a windshield that, for whatever reason, was not installed properly, the wrong adhesive used on it, that airbag would deploy out the front of your car instead of towards you to save you in an accident.
How many times, this isn't on your list of questions here, does that happen where you find that somebody did not use the proper glass or the proper adhesive?
It's not something that's an everyday occurrence, but it is more often than I would like, to be honest with you. You have people that either are not educated for the proper adhesive for that particular vehicle, or they buy what they can buy the cheapest, and sometimes that's not the best thing to do. We actually just had one last week that was a 2025 Porsche that had a windshield replaced at 600 miles on the car, and he took it through a car wash, and it flooded his car and ruined his dash, it ruined his GPS, and it was all because the wrong adhesive was used on his car.
You just never know what somebody beforehand has done.
Exactly.
You are top-notch. That's what you say. You are the best at what you do, and you offer service that way to your clients.
Absolutely.
His phone number is 602-715-0911. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. He's got a brick and mortar shop that's on Scottsdale Road and Curry, and it's both in sort of South Scottsdale and Tempe.
It's funny. My front parking lot is in Scottsdale, and my building is in Tempe.
But he is mobile, so he does come to you, and he is valley-wide. Check him out on his website, which is EuropeanAutoGlass.com. So what are some of the common mistakes that drivers make with chips and cracks in their windshield?
I would say the number one most common is waiting, putting it to the side. Oh, I'll get it taken care of tomorrow. Oh, I'll get it taken next week. With the extreme heat that we experience in Arizona, if you're on a sunny day, and it doesn't have to be a 110-degree day, if you're on an 80, 90-degree day, it's going to cause that glass to expand. Any imperfections you have in that glass, and you have an expansion due to heat, it's going to make a small imperfection a very large imperfection, and that's when you're crossing the line from repairing a windshield to replacing a windshield. So don't wait.
I think I agree 100% because I see people that have these little cracks or chips.
Chips, yes.
And okay, guess what? They say, I'll wait till it gets bigger, right? and then they put it off and they put it off and they put it off, and sometimes it just starts cracking all the way down the window.
Yes, and most people, they don't realize that when you have something that is a small chip, those can be injected, filled, and the goal is to rebond the windshield, not necessarily make it disappear, but you can, if you catch it early enough, you can make it look like it almost didn't happen. And it extends the life of the windshield, and it shortens, or it lessens the amount of claims you have on your insurance by doing that.
Yeah, and that's not good. You don't want to have a lot of claims on your insurance company, right?
No, you do not.
So how has auto glass repair changed with the technology in the new vehicles?
Quite a bit. It's taken it to where someone cannot be a casual auto glass installer. You have to understand the ADAS systems, which is the Advanced Driver's Assistance Systems. Those systems, they can stop a car. They can make a car turn. They can do so many things. And I get a lot of talk when I get into the ADAS stuff of, I knew how to drive a car before this stuff was on my car. That's not really what we're worried about. We're worried about when the car stops when you don't want it to stop. When it changes you out of a lane that you shouldn't be changed out of, that you're centered firmly in the lane. So with all the new safety systems, they require calibration due to cameras mounted to the windshield, due to light sensors mounted to the windshield. All of that stuff needs to be addressed by a professional who has training and who has experience in doing it. It's not something you can just wing it anymore.
I heard you talking before the show that you actually teach or taught
I did.
Calibration?
Yes.
Wow. This guy knows his stuff. I'm coming to you.
We're a little bit different in the fact of glass companies are trying to learn the technology now. We're a company that was born out of the technology. We were a calibration company long before we were a glass company. We opened the very first one in the United States here in Phoenix, Arizona in 2017.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
Well, thank you, because now everybody, that's one of the biggest problems that people have. They'll say, oh my God, well, my windshield now has that. Are they going to be able to do it right? You do know how.
Absolutely, and we have a facility that's fully set up to do it correctly the way the manufacturer of the vehicle says it needs to be done.
So let's talk about insurance and auto glass. What should the listeners know about that?
There's a misconception in Arizona that if you have full coverage insurance in Arizona, you have auto glass coverage, and that's not really how it works. Basically, the way the law reads is your insurance company has to offer you the opportunity to purchase zero deductible auto glass coverage. It's not included in anybody's policy. If you've opted for it, then absolutely you have it. And some vehicles, that's exactly the way you want to go. Some vehicles, it's not necessary. You have some cars out there that are windshields that are less than $300. It wouldn't make sense to pay an extra $300 to $400 a year in premiums to cover glass coverage on that.
Right, absolutely. Now, here's another one. How can a driver identify a quality auto glass shop?
Oh, that's a tricky question.
Such as yours.
Well, there's so many glass shops in Phoenix, and the sad thing about it is people use that term glass shop, and they're not a glass shop. Auto glass companies in Phoenix are primarily call centers. They're just insurance claim processing places. One of the largest that most people know the name of. They're based out of the Philippines. They're not anything in Arizona, but they run a whole lot of commercials, and they make you think they are. So if you're looking for a good shop, first and foremost, make sure you're talking to a shop. And the easiest way to do that is say, where can I take this car? I don't necessarily want to schedule you come to me. Where can I come to you? And if you do that, then somebody's invested a time to be a part of your community, and they're insured, and they're doing everything they can to be a real business.
Okay.
Beyond that, you want to obviously look at their online reputation. Speak to your insurance agent. They're going to know who is good and who is not good out there. The biggest thing is you need to do some due diligence because, as I said earlier, this is not just gluing something in anymore. You want to make sure you're dealing with a professional who's properly trained to do your vehicle the way the factory says it needs to be done.
And you opened the first ever
Yes, I did.
calibration, what was it again?
ADS Calibration Company.
He opened the first one, so I think he knows what he's doing. I think it's important that we also know that you can call who you want. That's another thing that people don't realize. So the phone number to put in your phone is 602-715-0911. Real quickly, what advice do you have for them, real quick?
For
For listeners that are dealing with auto glass damage.
Well, I would say, first off, like I said at the start of the interview, we don't want to wait. Get it taken care of as soon as possible. Find a reputable shop. If you have insurance, contact your insurance agent and say, I would like to keep my business local. I don't want to use a large company that's going to ship my money to Colombia or somewhere else. I want to take care of my community.
He's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. He has a brick and mortar shop in Scottsdale it's at Scottsdale Road and Curry. And then also he's mobile, so he can come to you and works valley-wide. The number again is 602-715-0911. Check him out on his website. It's EuropeanAutoGlass.com.